Sopanam 11. Chitta shantaye bodhayan giram kabalitam tvaya chittamatmana. Meeting Govinda Bhagavatpada, as Shankara walked on, inquiring the whereabouts of Govinda Bhagavatpada, the sadhus of Omkareshwara praised the glory of the Brahmanishtha in superlative terms, reminiscent of the Upanishadic mantra which says, people view the Brahmajnani with wonder. They showed Shankara his cave in the middle of a hill in a village near Omkareshwara. The vast interior of the cave, carved out of a rock, was spacious like a royal court or a mansion. The entry to the cave was at the northeast, and it was well lit and ventilated. It housed a smaller cave within which Govinda Bhagavatpada spent most of his time in the bliss of self-experience. Here and there, sannyasis were found engaged in sadhana and shastra vichara. Shankara felt the peace of Brahma Nirvāṇa filling the entire area. A Brahmavit is not simply a knower of Brahman, but Brahman itself. Silence, tranquility, austerity, renunciation and truth, like fragrance from a flower, filled the place where that Jivan Mukta lived. Shankara entered the cave and sought permission to meet the sage. With great affection, the sannyasis led him to the presence of the Guru. There he saw the divine form of the old sage, sitting absolutely still, with eyelids open and unfaltering. The vision of the sage was effortless stillness, indicating steady abidance in the self. He appeared as the embodiment of the Upanishadic description, Drishtisthira yasya vinasadrishyam. A yogi is one whose vision is effortlessly steady. See how the Upanishad portrays such a yogi. Tad Vishnoho paramam padam sada pashyanti surayah diviva chakshuratatam. The sages always behold the radiant abode of Vishnu in their heart. Outwardly, their eyes have a vacant look as if gazing into empty space. Approaching the great master, Shankara also stood still in awe, beholding the beatific form of the best among the knowers of Brahman. No one uttered a word. A profound silence filled the place. It was as if an imperceptible mystical cloud of compassion was torrentially raining the nectar of profound peace. That silence was far more eloquent than words. In that serene presence, everyone experienced the power of silence communicating the ineffable. Maunam Vyakhya Prakatita Parabrahma Tattvam, glorified by all the Upanishads. In the glory of that presence, Chit Vilasa, the sport of divine awareness, was awakened in Shankara's heart. The aperture in the heart popped open. The mind withdrew itself into the primal womb, the source. There it lit its own funeral pyre, and the eye blazed forth as pure awareness, Shivam. The ultimate sacred rite where the practitioner, the practice and the utensils are all burnt, took place within the heart. Aghamarshana Yaga. Ardram Jvalati Jyotirahamasmi. Gently shines forth the flame I am. Jyotir Jvalati Brahmahamasmi. The light shines forth, Brahman I am. Yohamasmi Brahmahamasmi. I alone am, Brahman alone am I. Ahamasmi Brahmahamasmi. I am. Brahman alone am I. Ahamevaham mam juhomi swaha. I am that I am. I offer myself in the fire of awareness. Brahmarpanam Brahmahavihi Brahmagno Brahmanahutam Brahmaiva tena gantavyam Brahma karma samadhina. Offered to Brahman. The offering is Brahman. The fire is Brahman. The offerer is Brahman. And the result merges in Brahman. When action is performed in the state of self-abidance. The only experience was Shivoham, Shivoham. I, or the Aham, shone forth as auspicious godliness, Shivam, and the heart remained like the pure cloudless sky. Chidakasha, the infinitude of existence, was uncovered. The I recognized itself by its very knowingness as Sat Chit Ananda. Existence, awareness, and peace remained as the very nature of the I. There was no mind involved in the unveiling of the sacred. Awareness stood self-effulgent, devoid of body, mind, and individuality. That which remains without a second, knowing itself even in deep sleep, the Saushupta Bodha, shone forth while wide awake. It was neither the state of wakefulness nor the state of sleep, as knowledge and the self were identical like fire and light. Grahana grahane eva ratrayani. Apprehending the world as waking state, which is known as anyatha grahanam. Non-apprehension is sleep and is known as agrahanam. Grahanam is day and agrahanam is night. The chit, that is awareness, shone in full effulgence, uncorrupted by apprehension and non-apprehension. The body, which is made of the 5 elements, exists in the waking state but not in dream. The mind exists in dream but not in deep sleep. However, a substratum is present which remains unchanging in all these 3 states. The very nature of that substratum is self-effulgence, knowing it by itself the I am. That is characterized by knowledge, absence of ignorance, absence of adjuncts, absence of blemishes such as disease, birth and death, and absence of cause and effect. Bliss, peace, and the absolute timeless absence of misery constitute the nature of the self. Absolute contentment and spiritual fulfillment are experienced only when consciousness reveals itself within the heart cave, or when the ever-shining consciousness is recognized as I am that. This recognition is termed as pratyabhijñā. For the knower of truth, all, mother, father, God, yajna, Veda and Tirtha are the self. In him, existence is the truth, compassion is the mother, discipline is the father, omniscience is God, denunciation is yajna, intelligence is the Veda, and the place he lives in is Tirtha. Doctrines such as Sankhya, Shaiva, Pancharatra, Jñāna or Karma Marga of the Mimamsakas do not reveal as clearly as Vedanta does the nature of this Kutastha Chaitanya, pure awareness. Yas Sakshat Aparokshat Brahma. Who can ever deny the pure palpable experience, Vishishthanubhuti, of one's own existence as the I? Yet, Dualists ignore this truth like those who do not perceive the necklace they are themselves wearing. This truth is neither within nor without, whereas inside or outside for the immediate experience of I, there is no time and space in Aham. Nava kevalatvam nacha kevalatvam katham sarva vedanta siddham bravimi. It cannot even be qualified as one or many. How can that which the Upanishads declare be ever expressed in words? Just as a genius who imbibes the bhavas and mudras from a proficient dancer out of instinctive talent, even without being trained, Shankara's mind grasped and held the profound state of Chit in the presence of the great master, and Anand wore the form of Chin Mudra in the heart. Though the self Dakshina Murti is formless, he appears with the Chin Mudra indicating the emerging glow of consciousness or Aham, and this is revealed to those who constantly meditate on him. This subtle principle was later revealed by Acharya Shankara in Dakshinamurti Stotra thus: Ahamityantas Purantam Sada Swatmanam Prakati Karoti Bhajatam Yo Mudraya Bhadraya. The path of this Purana, Spanda Marga, is itself Pratyabhijna Darshana, the instantaneous recognition of the self. Such an experience is made possible for a disciple by the power of consciousness that prevails in the presence of the Sadguru. When a qualified disciple approaches a sage who is in Sahaja state, the inscrutable power of the self that flows from the heart of the sage makes a powerful impact at the core of the disciple's heart, instantaneously destroying the Hridaya Granthi, not of ignorance. This power is known as Kripa, grace. As is stated in the Upanishad, Tasyaisha Atma Vivrunute Tanum Swam. The self removes the veil and reveals itself to whomever it chooses. Shruti states, Satkrit Vibhato Hevaisha Brahmalokaha. The effulgence of Brahmaloka, once revealed, is never again covered by darkness. Thus, in the presence of the Guru, leaving the assumed association with the body, Shankara realized his self and identified with the I current, which shone forth as a divisionless being. This gliding into the beyond occurred at the very moment this wonderful pair, the Guru and Shishya, met. The unknowable became known in the presence of the great knower, without the help or knowledge of any intermediary. After a while, the deep eyes of the sage gently flickered. Govinda Bhagavatpada slowly turned towards the boy and looked at him. Shankara worshipped the great master with his beautiful shloka. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham. In this first meeting, neither the Guru nor the Shishya spoke a word. Later, they talked to each other informally and arrangements were made for Shankara's stay. The next day, on the banks of the Narmada, the Guru initiated the brahmachari into sannyasa in the traditional manner and blessed him. He was given the name Sankara Bhagavatpada. Subsequently, Sankara Bhagavatpada composed 10 shlokas, revealing the great wealth of experience that he had received in the presence of the Guru. This is the first Vedantic composition of Acharya Bhagavatpada, known as Nirvāṇa Daśaka or Daśaślokī. Daśaślokī, Nirvāṇa Daśaka. Na bhūmirna toyam na tejo na vāyuhu na kham nendriyam va na tesham samūhaha अनैकान्तिकत्वात् सुषुप्त्येकसिद्धः तदेको वसिष्ठः शिवः केवलोऽहम् न वर्णा न वर्णाश्रमाचारधर्मा न मे धारणाध्यानयोगादयोऽपि अनात्माश्रयाहं ममाध्यासहानात् तदेको वसिष्ठः शिवः केवलोऽहम् न माता पिता वा न देवा न लोका न वेदा न यज्ञा न तीर्थं ब्रुवन्ति सुषुप्तौ निरस्तातिशून्यात्मकत्वात् तदेको वसिष्ठः शिवः केवलोऽहम् न साङ्ख्यं न शैवं न तत्पाञ्चरात्रं न जैनं न मीमांसकादेर्मतं वा विशिष्टानुभूत्या विशुद्धात्मकत्वात् तदेको वसिष्ठः शिवः केवलोऽहम् न चोर्ध्वं न चाधो न चान्तर्न बाह्यं न मध्यं न तिर्यं न पूर्वापरादिक् वियप्यापकत्वादखण्डैकरूपः तदेको वसिष्ठः शिवः केवलोऽहम् न शुक्लं न कृष्णं न रक्तं न पीतं न कुब्जं न पीनं न ह्रस्वं न दीर्घम् अरूपं तथा ज्योतिराकारकत्वात् तदेको वसिष्ठः शिवः केवलोऽहम् न शास्ता न शास्त्रं न शिष्यो न शिक्षा न च त्वं न चाहं न चायं प्रपञ्चः स्वरूपावबोधो विकल्पा सहिष्णुः तदेको वसिष्ठः शिवः केवलोऽहम् न जाग्रन्न मे स्वप्नको वा सुषुप्तिः न विश्वो न वा तैजसः प्राज्ञको वा अविद्यात्मकत्वात्त्रयाणां तुरीयः तदेको वसिष्ठः शिवः केवलोऽहम् अपि व्यापकत्वाद्धितत्वप्रयोगात् स्वतः सिद्धभावात् अनन्याश्रयत्वात् जगत्तुच्छमेतत्समस्तं तदन्यत् तदेको वसिष्ठः शिवः केवलोऽहम् न चैकं तदन्यद्वितीयं कुतः स्यात् न वा केवलत्वं न चाकेवलत्वम् न शून्यं न चाशून्यमद्वैतकत्वात् कथं सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धं ब्रवीमि. The compassionate master. He saw the effulgent being. His eyes were like green emerald. The inner vision was vast, deep, and was like the ocean. Around him was a halo of pure white lustre. His very presence was so soothing and comely. His face was calm, majestic, and emitted cool rays of peace like the silvery full moon. He sat there radiating peace, bathed in a mist of golden effulgence, emitting scintillating sparks of spiritual fire. Austerity prevailed around him, not as an imposed discipline, but as an invigorating tonic of deep silence, watchfulness, and love. The great teacher, who was none other than God who walked the earth, He was not a person, he was the teaching. An awakening was he, awakening to our own majesty, awakening to the Godhead. An awakening which is only a rediscovery of the primordial teaching in one's own deep awareness. This vision of the great Master filled the heart with gratefulness. Tears rolled on, expressing the inner fulfillment. What else can be offered to the omnipotent being who was solidified nectarine ocean of compassion? Thus ends the 11th Sopanam.